Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. Come on, Double A, and this is another Chelsea transfer news or news video, you may say. Welcome to another video of mine, and in this video, there's going to be a lot of things to talk about. Chelsea may have their ban reduced in January to only one transfer ban, so only one window ban. We may be able to get Casta overturned it for January, and according to reports, we have already put out there that we've already messaged and contacted the leading agents that we will be back in business in January. The club are confident that Cass will overturn it, and I'll begin to the targets that Chelsea have been looking at for the January transfer window: Ruben, Thier, Zaha. And I'll be getting into all the reports, all the stories, and also giving my thoughts, opinions on the matter as well. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're not here, make sure you comment down below your thoughts, opinions on each player and each story I do talk about. Hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I do upload, and make sure you click the link in the description to my Patreon. Go and support me, only $1 a month. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with the reports. Now, according to the Mirror, the Guardian, etc., they reported that Chelsea have already alerted the leading agents, the top agents, Jorge Mendes, etc., that Chelsea are confident to overturn the ban and that we will be able to sign in the January transfer window. Now, how true is it? We are uncertain. At the moment, it's all speculation, it's all rumours, because we still don't know the outcome if we are going to be able to sign in January. Now, obviously, we weren't able to sign in the summer window. We already appealed to CAS. That was done in July, August time. But we didn't ask them to stop it or freeze it. We didn't ask them to make any signings the summer that just went. However, we have appealed to them, so they may be able to either reduce our window to only one window ban, and we will be able to basically resume business and be able to trade with other clubs in the January transfer window. Now, CAS will have a hearing around October time, so that's when we'll get a definite decision whether we will be able to overturn and be able to, transfer and trade in the January transfer window, or if the ban stays and we're still banned for the January transfer window and we have to wait until summer 2020 to start making business. Now, obviously, the reports are saying that Chelsea are confident, the Chelsea hierarchy, the boards, Mourinho and Skyer, Roman and Brown, etc., that they're confident that we will be able to overturn it. However, like I just mentioned, it's all speculation at this point. Now, obviously, in this video I want to talk about the targets that we've been looking at for if we do get it overturned. Now, the two main targets that blurred out from the list was Zaha and Ruben Thier. Now, before I give my thoughts, opinions on them, I want to give the reports on them. Now, the Daily Star, the Sun, and of course Sky Sports reported that Chelsea were very interested in Ruben Thier. Have already scouted him. Now, I haven't heard anything from my source or anything regarding Ruben Thier. It's just, like I said, speculation because of the transfer window, the transfer ban. We haven't really been analysing the situation. Now, obviously, Petr Cech did come out in an interview a couple months ago, said that we will assess the squad situation in December, whether we will be needing to make targets and signings in January. So I'm not sure if it's too true to believe if these two are the targets. Obviously, because if they're going to assess in December, we are only in September. It's only literally the beginning of September. So obviously, to assess it now is a bit too early. So I'm not sure as to how reliable these reports are. However, if they are reliable, then I think that, these two players are top players. They will elevate us. Zaha's causing a lot of controversy on social media, especially Twitter. But yeah, so obviously there are some really reliable Chelsea Twitter accounts, etc. And they are saying that the stuff is true, that Chelsea have alerted the top agents that we will be back in business, and that Zaha is the main one. Now, obviously, I have very mixed opinions regarding Zaha. Now, with Zaha, don't get me wrong, he's a top player, and if he did ever sign for us, he would elevate our squad immediately. He's much better than Willian and Pedro, and immediately he would improve our style of play. He's very versatile. He can play left wing, right wing, through the middle, false nine, and very suitable in a Lampard formation. However, I have many concerns of signing Zaha. Number one, the price. We all know Crystal Palace are over-inflating his price. Arsenal tried to sign him in the summer for £40 million. They ended up getting his co-national teammate Nicolas Pepe for £72 million in instalments. So they skipped on the Zaha option, and they paid £40 million. Obviously, they offered £40 million, but obviously Crystal Palace completely rejected it. Now, obviously, he hasn't had the best of starts of the season, so obviously his price can't be that high, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. He's Palace's biggest asset they have at the club. He's very important to them. He's by far their best player, highest asset, highest value player at the club, so they won't let him go cheaply, especially mid-season. Mid-season is very difficult to lure top elite talent away, and that's why January transfer window is very difficult to kind of assess, because I don't want us to just buy average players for the sake of it because we're allowed to. Again, I think that the main thing is you have to analyse it, and if we can't get the top targets that are really going to elevate this team, like I mentioned, then you may as well skip the January transfer window. Honestly, there's no point. There's no point buying average players that are going to block the path of youth once again. Wilfried Zaha is not average. By all means, he's not average. However, it's the price I'm worried about. Now, if Palace are trying to get 70 to 80 million for him, there is no way in hell we should be doing this move. And number one, he isn't elite enough, or there are so many far better options in the market available compared to Wilfried Zaha. And number two, his age as well. He's 26 years of age. He will be 27 in a couple of months. We need a young, exciting, top talent like a Chukwueze from Villarreal, or a Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund, or maybe even a David Neres from Ajax. Someone young, fresh, world-class potential, not someone who's literally in their prime, has never, really done anything too much. He's never scored over 10 goals in the Premier League, and he hasn't done something so noteworthy. So I don't think that, obviously he would 100% upgrade our team, like without a shadow of a doubt, immediately, but he won't, I believe, take us to that next level to be competing with Man City and Liverpool. When we're looking at these targets and trying to sign these players, one question you always have to remember: will they improve our team? Number one. Will they get into our starting 11? Number one. If the answer is yes, that's good. We move on to question number two. Question number two: will they elevate our team and get us competing with City and Liverpool? If your answer to that second question is yes, then that's the right player for the team. Then we should be immediately trying to purchase him. However, if he is someone who's not going to be able to elevate our team, who's not going to immediately get into our starting 11, then there's no point wasting our time, because we all have very talented youth players who can fill those gaps anyway. There's no need buying average players. There's no need buying average squad players. Emerson getting injured yesterday for Italy in international duty is a perfect example why there's no need to buy average players. Emerson's had a muscle strain. Look who we have on the bench: Marcos Alonso. Now, I've heard people on social media saying, oh, we don't need Chilwell, we don't need this, we don't need that. But if you want to be competing, you need to have world-class options off the bench. Man, you are fools if you think that we can just have a top world-class 11 and not have, sufficient proper top backup. Because if that's the case, you're going to have a very weak bench. When it comes to fighting for 4 competitions, and when it comes to injuries, you're going to be screwed. There's no way you can compete for the title. If you want to be competing for the top trophies, if you want to be competing with the top clubs, the top elite clubs in Europe, you're going to have not only a strong 11, but you're going to have a strong bench as well. And I think that people need to realise we have the funds available as well. So people need to understand that, like I said, Wilfried Zaha, he's a top player. He will elevate us, but he's not elite enough, and there are far better options, especially for the price, and he won't get us competing with City and Liverpool, in my opinion. Now, getting into the second player is Ruben Dias. Now, Ruben Dias, on the other hand, is a player that I think will take us to the next level. For me, he's my first choice centre-back out of all of them. He's a ball-playing centre-back. He's commanding, he's tall, he's very good aerially, very dominant. He's got that Van Dijk kind of mould, that Van Dijk stylistically played. I'm not saying he's anywhere near that player yet. He's very young, 22 years of age as far as I believe. He's killing at the Portuguese League. He had a fantastic season last season. So far this season he's been phenomenal. Like I said, ball-playing centre-back, can play it short, can play long passes as well. Fantastic centre-back. For me, has world-class potential. Very commanding. Exactly a player, a centre-back that will elevate our defence 100%, will improve our defensive issues without a shadow of a doubt. And he is pursued by the top elite clubs in Europe right now. Manchester United are really interested in him, Real Madrid, Barcelona, etc. They're really interested in signing Ruben Dias, and I think it's a player that if we get his signature over the line, I'll be ecstatic, because he's a fantastic player. He's an elite talent. He is the player that will elevate our squad, who's young, who's fresh, has world-class potential. He's got that Van Dijk mould, and will get us competing with City and Liverpool. He's that type of player. Knows the type of player is elite talent that we should be going for in order to get back to elite days. And I think that for me, I love Ruben Dias. I'm all for it. He's a player that we should be breaking the bank for. I think he's a fantastic player. Ball playing centre back, like I mentioned, commanding, can pick out long passes. He's a leader as well. He's got that elite mentality, leadership. I think leadership is what we're lacking at the back as well. He's got those leadership skills as well, and I think he's a fantastic purchase, and he fits into that Lampard formation, that Lampard mould as well. So for me, it has to be a must buy. But that's just my thoughts, opinions. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not here. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified for every time I do upload, and comment down below your thoughts, opinions on Wilfried Zaha, Ruben Dias, and if we could potentially get our transfer ban reduced to only 1 window. But yeah, I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.